Hey guys, today I'm starting a brand new investing journey, putting £100 a month into a Monzo stocks and shares ISA. Monzo have long been known for making banking effortless, and now they're doing the same for investing. Their investing proposition is simple, it's beginner friendly, and it's available to anyone who's got their app. And that's over 12 million people in the UK. If you're one of those 12 million, then this may actually be the easiest way to start your investing journey. And I'm going to put it to the test, starting a brand new portfolio, tracking it on this channel, and every month I'm going to provide an update going through how it works, how this portfolio is performing, and explaining why it's performing in that way. In terms of today's video, to get things started, we'll be covering why I'm starting this portfolio, why I'm going with £100, and then we'll bring up the app to go through what I'm going to be investing in and actually invest the first £100 live in the video. So let's get into it, and let's start with why I'm doing this. I actually created a Monzo investment portfolio last year. I ran with it for around 10 months before stopping and deciding to transfer and consolidate my ISA portfolios into InvestEngine. But I've decided to bring back this Monzo investment portfolio, this time do it properly, and let me explain why. The whole point of this channel is to help people grow their money through investing, providing information and relatable investing journeys. And Monzo provides one of the most simple setups out there to get started with an investing journey. If you already bank with Monzo, and most of you watching this will, then you're just a few taps away from starting that investing journey. And with Monzo, there's no confusing jargon, there's no need to invest in individual stocks, and there's no real stress with the process. Traditionally, with investing, there's a big perception that you need big bucks to get started, you need to be an expert to make a good return, and you need to spend a lot of time to manage your investments. But this isn't the case with Monzo's investing platform. You don't need to be an expert, as you're just picking from a choice of 3 funds, and you choose the fund which best suits your risk appetite. You don't need to spend huge amounts of time managing the investments, as they're actively managed. And you don't need big bucks to get started, as you can invest from as little as £1. So given this, I thought it'd be helpful to provide a real, transparent and relatable investing journey, document it on this channel, showing how it works and how the value of the investments change over time. Every month, I'll provide a performance update of this portfolio on this channel, going through how the performance has changed, what's causing that performance to change, and talking about the broader market environment. And of course, all of this will be in plain English. So now, hopefully you know why I'm doing this, why I've started this portfolio. Let's now move on to why I'm investing specifically £100 a month, and why I'm investing at all. The reason why I've chosen £100 a month is because it's achievable. This journey on the channel isn't about flexing numbers, it's about showing that you can build real wealth by starting small. I want to show that small, regular amounts can really build into something big over the long term, thanks to the power of the compound effect. And let's bring up a compound calculator to show exactly what I mean. Let's say you invest £100 a month for 25 years and earn the average historical return of the US stock market, which is around 10% a year. In this case, you'd end up with around $327,000 at the end of the 25-year period. And here's the wild part, only $118,000 of that is from the money you actually put in. The other $208,000 is pure investment growth, showing the power of the compound effect and compound returns over time. This growth also hopefully answers the question of why invest rather than leaving money in savings. In the UK, we're a very savings-focused country, but over the long term, investing tends to provide a better return, giving your money a chance to work harder. Various studies have backed this up, finding that over the long term, investing in the stock market has historically outperformed cash savings. For example, Barclays did a study looking back over the last 100 years and found that over any 10-year period, shares beat cash over 90% of the time. Of course, past performance is not always a reliable indicator of future results, but nonetheless, this gives you an idea over the power of investing and how it can give your money a chance to work harder. It's worth mentioning that investing is very much suited to the long term rather than the short term. If you plan on needing the money in a period under 5 years, let's say you need the money in the next 2 years, then investing likely isn't the best move. As with investing, markets can be volatile in the short term. Historically, they've been volatile in short time periods. And this means that if you invest in a short time period, you face the risk of being caught in a period where the market isn't doing well and needing to sell at a loss. For this reason, a general good rule of thumb tends to be to only invest money you don't need for at least 5 years. If you're in this boat of looking at the long term, then investing can be one of the most powerful tools out there to build wealth. Now we know this, let's bring up Monzo's app and show how that journey can be started. Let's go through the process and invest that first £100 in my own journey. Before actually investing the money, I need to set up the account. And to do this, it's super simple on Monzo's platform. I just need to scroll down the home screen and select the investments tab. Then you can see here that I've previously had an investment account with Monzo as it's showing past performance. But I'm going to create a new account and I'm going to scroll down and create a new ISA account. The reason why I've chosen ISA is because ISAs benefit from a tax-free wrapper, meaning that you don't pay any tax on any gains inside the account. So I don't want to pay any tax and I'll be choosing this account type. I do also have ISAs elsewhere with other platforms like InvestEngine and Trading212, but thanks to a government rule in April 2024, a rule change, you can now use multiple stocks and shares ISAs in the same tax year. So I'll be doing that and Monzo will be one of my ISAs. So let's click Open a Stocks and Shares ISA. Here, Monzo has already pre-populated my details, so it's super easy and quick to set up the account. I'll just confirm and confirm. Let's give the investment pot a name. Let's call it long-term growth, as hopefully we'll get a lot of long-term growth with this portfolio. And just to always remind myself that this is a long-term journey, it's not a short-term journey. Now comes a very important part of the process in choosing what I'm going to invest in. Monzo offers free investment options in free funds provided from BlackRock. Each of the funds is suited to a different risk appetite, so you can choose the fund which best aligns to your risk appetite, how much risk you want to take when investing. There's something in common with each of these free funds in how they work, in that they're a fund of funds, meaning that when you put money into them, your money is spread across several different funds, providing you instant diversification. So with these, think about them like ready-made portfolios. That's how I'm thinking about them. They provide you huge diversification, and for investing in one of these funds, you're actually investing in several other funds, as this fund is made up of other funds. Hopefully that makes sense. In terms of the funds available, let's go through them very quickly and go through what I'll be choosing. Firstly, we have Careful. This is mostly made up of bonds, which are typically lower risk than stocks. And when I say lower risk, I mean they don't tend to go up and down in value as much over the short term. They're not as volatile. The value tends to be more stable. But with the lower risk also typically comes lower returns. Historically, bonds don't tend to offer as high returns as more risky assets like stocks over the long term. So for this reason, as Monzo say here, it tends to suit those who don't want to take too much risk and are happy with a potentially smaller return. So if you're more cautious, this fund may suit. The next fund in balance is exactly what you would expect. It's in between a cautious approach and a high risk approach. This fund is invested in a mixture of stocks and bonds with a higher weighting towards stocks. And this tends to suit those who are comfortable in taking more risk compared to the Careful fund in order to try and get higher returns. But those looking at balance still don't want to go full out in terms of really high risk. They're looking at a medium, the middle lane approach. The next fund is the Adventurous Fund, and this is the higher risk fund. It's 100% invested in stocks, so is the highest risk out of these three. And this fund tends to suit those who are happy to take higher risk in order to try and get the highest return possible. And this fund will actually be the one I'll be investing in. The reason why I'm looking at this fund is because I'm looking at the long term. I'm still quite young, I don't have any grey hair yet, so I'm fortunate to be in a position where I can take that extra risk, as I'm very much looking at the long term with this money, and I'm going to give this portfolio plenty of time to recover when there'll be bad periods. Importantly also, I think I have the right emotional mindset to be able to deal with the highest risk portfolio. I'm confident that I won't sell during the periods where the market is not doing well, and there definitely will be those periods where the market has bad days and bad months. I'm confident that I won't make an emotional decision. And this is important, as that kind of emotional decision could lead to me losing money. So I'm going to go with the Adventurous Fund. I'm going to choose this fund. Now I'll just tick through and read through the T's and C's and set up the account. So let's set up the account and skip through this. We can now see the account is set up and I can invest my first deposit in this portfolio. And there'll be no surprise in terms of how much I'll be investing, as we must have mentioned it at least 10 times in this video. I'll be investing £100, so let's click 100. You'll see here that you can also set up a regular investing plan. This provides automation in allowing you to have a set amount invested or taken from your main Monzo bank account and invested on a set time period. So for example, you can have a set sum invested every month and can select the start date. And this is really good for those who want to automate the whole process and want to go through a dollar cost averaging, pound cost averaging approach. I won't be doing this month, maybe next month I'll set it up, but this month I won't, so I'll select off and make the first deposit now. Let me click next, and now you can see that I have £100 in the investment account, and that will be processed over the next 3 to 5 days. So now we've gone through the whole process of setting up the investment account and investing the money, and hopefully I've shown how simple it is to invest and get that journey started with Monzo. There's no real paperwork, there's no hassle, and this simplicity is the appeal. The appeal with Monzo Investments is how smooth and easy it is to start an investing journey and then manage that investing journey. If you want to follow my investing journey with this Monzo fund, then I greatly appreciate a subscribe. And if you're not yet signed up to Monzo and are thinking about using Monzo, then they actually have a really good sign-up offer at the moment where you can get a bonus of up to £100 when you sign up and make a transaction. The link to this can be found in the description of this video. If you've got any questions around Monzo Investments, then just post them in the comments and I'll try my best to answer them. And if you've already started an investing journey with Monzo, then I'd love to hear your experience in the comments as well. I'd love to be able to create a community of investors and for us to have this journey together. So if we can build that at all in the comments, then that would be amazing. But for this video, thanks for watching and see you next month, hopefully at least.